Welcome to the Teaching Unfiltered podcast. I'm your host, Cindy Homberg-Smith, your teacher bestie, right here in the trenches with you, celebrating the highs and holding your hand through the lows of this wild, wonderful teaching journey. Now, if you're craving more than just survival mode, if you're ready to elevate every part of your life, both in and outside of the classroom, then you've arrived at the right spot. Finding me has not been by coincidence. You've been guided because you know there are bigger things in store for you, and today you have found like-minded teachers seeking the same bigger life. Here, we dive into what really truly matters: personal growth, mindset shifts, empowerment, teaching with heart, finding the balance between your passions and your purpose. We'll explore spirituality, self-education, well-being, teacherpreneurship, side hustles, goal setting, and crafting those big, audacious teacher dreams, whether they keep you in the classroom or propel you into something even greater outside of the four walls. This podcast, it's your dose of real talk, packed with simple, powerful, and practical steps to reclaim your joy, your time, and your soul. We're teachers, yes, but we are so much more than that after that lanyard comes off, after the 3 p.m. bell. So if you're ready to start living life on your terms, pull up a chair around my table, grab your favorite drink, and let's dive into the unfiltered truths of teacher life together. Welcome home to Teaching Unfiltered, proudly sponsored by Lizard Learning Publishing. Now, just before we begin, I have a small favor to ask to help more teachers discover this podcast and to spread a positive message about navigating the teaching profession. Could you take just a moment to hit the subscribe button? Only takes a few minutes to subscribe, rate, and review this little show with a big message. Your support means the world to me, and it helps us reach more teachers who need it the most and more than ever before. A huge thank you from the bottom of my heart for supporting teachers and the Teaching Unfiltered podcast. Radio, let's jump into today's episode. Day 5 of the challenge, ADHD and digital clutter, that desktop doomsday. So welcome to day 5 of the challenge, Chaos to Clarity Teacher Challenge. So confession time. I have ADHD. You might have seen an episode on the Teaching Unfiltered podcast. It has gone viral. So I'm only guessing that there are lots of ADHD teachers or who might identify as having ADHD but haven't been diagnosed. Then let me tell you, my desktop usually looks like my brain on a Monday morning. So I did an episode and it has just got ridiculous downloads. Now, it also happened to answer a very big question for me because not only am I a registered nurse and a school teacher, however, I have been obsessed with psychology and mindset and mindfulness and just empowering with positive thinking and positive thoughts, and coaching has been my third love, I guess, after nursing and teaching. And so I have created a coaching program it's just one-to-one coaching for anyone with ADHD or who might feel like they have ADHD but haven't been diagnosed. But I'll chat about that later. But I saw the ADHD episode that I did, and I was always wondering, should I coach on this? But I could also coach on self-publishing for women. I could coach on how to create a publishing media company, like all sorts of things. But it actually did come down to coaching ADHD, because you can't start a side hustle. You can't change your life. You can't get organized. You can't have a positive teacher life if your ADHD or your monkey mind is clogging up and blocking up your organization skills. If you can't see a way forward, if you can't see the first step, if your head is just speaking to you for 1,000 jobs that there is to do and you just can't focus on one, or if you start something but you never finish it, all of these things come from having a clear mindset, setting the intention, what is the problem, and then moving forwards on that. Now, I completely digress, and I have ADHD, so bear with me. That's what this podcast is going to be about. You're going to just have to keep on track. And if you have ADHD like me, then wow, what a party this podcast is going to be for us all trying to keep up with these moving ideas. So I thought that I'm definitely going to be doing more ADHD content because you love it. You've told me that. And I obviously have that coaching program as well. So it has been a perfect fit to talk about ADHD today. when it comes to a chaos to clarity organization challenge for teachers. So my mind is usually a whirlwind of half-finished ideas, random screenshots, and files named things like, untitled 3_final_final_ really final in caps. Now, I recorded a podcast, so go back and check that out. Now, if you also have ADHD or even just regular teacher brain, you know where there's 17 tabs open in your head at any given moment. I implore you to give today's action a real shot. Trust me, when my computer screen is cleared and only what I really need stares back at me, I feel lighter than my mental health after my morning coffee. So today's task is all about filing your digital documents and creating a calmer, more organized virtual work space. Think of it like a spa day for your computer. Think about all the digital documents a teacher tends to accumulate. There will be so many more. These are the ones that I could just think of as I was writing my notes for this podcast. So unread or unfiled emails that have been sitting there since last term, student files and notes from previous years that you might need but probably don't, outdated assessments, old curriculum documents that have been replaced 3 times. And I think in my 20 years of teaching, there's been like 7 different teaching styles that have come through. And of course, millions of screenshots of lesson ideas that seemed brilliant at 2 a.m. Does this sound familiar to you? Maybe it's just me. I don't know. These files, they pile up fast and they create a digital mountain of maybe someday that clutters your focus and zaps your energy. So today's the day to sort through it. You're going to ditch what's no longer useful and finally make space for the things that truly matter. This stuff just takes 30 minutes of focus time to do. It's not days and days, but boy, will you feel so much lighter and clearer. So let's get into why this matters and how to make it happen. So I've talked about this in every episode, why it happens. We need to hear it over and over and over again for us to actually take action. So why clearing the digital clutter is crucial. It's because it's the visual equivalent of like 25 kids shouting your name at once. It's overwhelming, it's distracting, and it makes it 10 times harder to find what you actually need. Studies actually show that a cluttered workspace, or even digital, can increase stress levels and make it harder to focus. In fact, the research I looked up from Princeton University found that physical clutter in your environment competes for attention, reducing productivity and focus up to 40%. That is crazy. So the same applies to digital clutter. Every extra file or folder adds to your mental load or that mental capacity, and there is only so much that we can take per day, making it harder to concentrate and complete tasks efficiently. So clearing your desktop, it's not just about tidying up. It's about giving your brain the space it needs to thrive. Plus, when your desktop looks like it's auditioning for hoarders like Tech Edition, it's a constant reminder of the million tasks that you still haven't done. That is demoralizing to your soul, and that's what we're going to stop. Now, let's turn that chaos into calm so we can focus on what really matters, and that is teaching and, well, maybe sneaking in a little bit of self-care as well. I'm just going to take a little small break for a drink of water. Here is a small ad, and I'll be right back with the episode shortly. Are you tired of spending endless hours planning, writing, and creating resources, ready to claim your life back and focus on what really brings you joy? So welcome to Lizard Learning. It is the #1 destination for teachers who want to excel in their careers without sacrificing their personal lives. Our daily review hub is your ticket to freedom. It's a place where all the hard work is already done for you. Your teachers and your principal will be wondering, what the heck are you doing in your classroom to see the excellent results that you are achieving? Don't just take my word for it. Have a look at the testimonials on the website. And this is what I actually did as a teacher every single day for years before the daily review hub, before the 10 quick questions a day program even became a thing. And that's why I left teaching and I started a publishing company, because every teacher globally needs the Daily Review Hub to start their day. So in less than 30 minutes a day, you can cover both literacy and numeracy for your class, ensuring that every student succeeds. It's evidence-based, science of learning backed daily reviews are proven to be the fastest way to improve grades and boost confidence in learning, all without the overwhelm. So just imagine enjoying your weekends, enjoying after school activities and filling your own bucket, all while knowing your students are getting the best education possible. If the thought of ending those long hours of planning and resource creation excites you, then it's time to make a big change. Stop the burnout now. You don't need it. Head over to lizardlearning.com, join the Daily Review Hub. There is a free subscription level, so you can try before you buy. And currently it's 50% off until February the 10th, 2025. You will save $78. So it's usually $156, which it will go to on the 11th of February, but you can get it for $78 now. Okay, back to the episode. How to file your digital documents. Sometimes we just need a little prompt because sometimes our head is overloaded with the kids' activities and the school activities and our partners and our personal life and all the 1,000 chores that we just need a little prompt. So here we go. Here's your simple step-by-step guide to a cleaner, calmer digital life. Start with your desktop. Now think of your desktop as prime real estate. Only the essentials should live here, like your lesson plan for tomorrow, like the link to your Daily Review Hub subscription, not the PDF from that workshop that you did in 2019. So create folders that make sense. Set up folders like you are labeling storage tubs in the classroom. Maths resources, student feedback, funny memes for staff room survival, because we all need those for our mental health. Now, the great file migration, move files into new homes. If you're not sure where something goes, make it a sort later folder. Just don't forget to actually sort it later. Now, delete the dead weight. If you haven't opened it in a year, chances are you won't need it. So channel that Marie Kondo. She's an organization queen. Go and check her out and ask, does this spark me joy? That is her whole motto. With clothes, with kitchen cupboards, everything. Does it spark joy? But for us, for teaching, it doesn't just have to spark joy. Is it going to help us in our teaching? Is it going to help in the classroom? Is it going to help with our mindset? There are a few other questions that we need to ask ourselves, but you know what those questions are. When you see that file, ask yourself those questions, and if there's not a really hell yes to all of that, then let it go. Now back it up. Save important files to a cloud service or an external hard drive. I need to even be giving myself this advice because I never do. Because let's face it, your laptop could decide to throw a tantrum tomorrow, and then you are going to be royally stuffed when you are ready for your lessons. Now, set a weekly digital reset. I've said this, I think, in most of the challenges, that spend 5 minutes every Friday just tidying up your desktop, 30 minutes on 5 minutes of each of these activities, over 30 minutes on a Friday afternoon, and you are going to always be in control of your teacher day instead of it controlling you. Now, I just want to give you a little final pep talk that clearing your digital clutter might feel like, I don't know, eating your veggies. They're necessary, but not exciting. However, once you've done it, you'll feel like you just Marie Kondoed your whole teaching life. Imagine opening your laptop to a serene, organized desktop. Like, imagine that. I wouldn't really know because I have never given it the chance to be that clear. Oops. So no more digging through a jungle of files just to find today's worksheet. That would be bliss, right? And hey, if you really want to impress yourself and your colleagues, take a screenshot of your freshly organized desktop and share it with me. So go and tag me at lizard_learning on Instagram, or just reply on the email cindy@lizardlearning.com, because I would love to celebrate this with you. Now, I want you to share the love. If this podcast has been wonderful, please share it so other people can jump onto this challenge. Now, as we wrap up today's episode, I want to remind you that you don't have to navigate this teaching journey alone. And here is how I can help you further. Number one, I've talked about the Daily Review Hub. You know what to do. There's 50% off at the moment until February the 10th, 2025. lizardlearning.com. And you can jump onto the free platform, have a look around, and then instantly jump into the discount and get started. And number two, if you have ADHD or undiagnosed, but know you need someone to hold your hand and take you step by step out of your overwhelming thoughts to take you back into that control feeling and start living the life you know you should be living, whether that's in teacher life or in a newfound career or maybe in a business that you want to start or in your relationships, then email me, cindy@lizardlearning.com, to see if we will be a right fit together. We coach super fun, super easy. It's on the phone. It's around your school time. It's all of these things that I worry about when I sign up to coaching and mentoring, that I cannot make it hard. I make it super simple for you to start sorting through the clutter so you can have crystal clear clarity on your next path. Now head to Lizard Learning, take a browse around and see what will make your life a little bit easier. And before you go, if you found anything useful today, please subscribe, rate and review the podcast. And finally, live with intention, teach with passion, inspire with purpose. And I'll see you in the next episode. Hey, if you have enjoyed my podcast so far, I please ask you to subscribe, rate and review wherever you listen. This helps us reach more listeners to inspire, motivate and empower. I encourage you to tag your friends and give the podcast a 5-star review, as this will really help this little podcast grow. If you find any value today, please take a screenshot of the episode with the comment that resonated and share on Instagram @lizard_learning. My love language are words of affirmation, so I love receiving your messages, your kind words, and to know that I'm bringing you content that will move the needle from where you are to where you wish to be in teacher life. Thank you so very much for listening.